We started late, and honestly, we were tired of playing it safe. One paycheck, one plan, one path to retirement in our 60s? Not anymore. Welcome to Beyond 40's journey, where my wife and I are building multiple income streams to retire early and take control of our time again. So, if this is you, then welcome. You're more than welcome here. So in today's video, we're going to show you how a simple hobby turned into a real business that's helping fast track our early retirement, and how we're using that along with smart investments and even the equity from our home to build multiple streams of income. If you've ever wondered if your skills or assets can work harder for you, this is for you, so stay tuned. As some of you there who know me, I've always loved woodworking. It was my way to de stress, making things for our home or for our friends. And honestly, it never crossed our minds that it could become a business. But when we started rethinking our future together, we look at it differently. Could this actually help power our early retirement together with the investments that we have already started? So that was a question that popped up in our mind. So I think it was worth trying. Um, it actually started small, like a local youth basketball tournament needed awards, and instead of cheap plastic trophies, I pitched custom laser engraved wooden medals or laser cut. It's a mix of both, of cutting and engraving, and it has those multiple layers to create that depth and weight. So we made them right in our garage using, actually, we don't have a garage at that time. We just, we were working from our basement. We use maple wood and walnut, which we could easily buy locally. The startup cost, it was just like under $100. The response was incredible. That one order turned into more. Like there were schools and events, realtors started reaching out. So we decided together to open an Etsy shop and focus on custom wooden awards and medals. And during the holidays, we were actually surprised that our Christmas ornaments gave us, a boost. Like imagine in just in just 2 months, our sales for that holiday season was already enough to cover what we have spent to purchase that new laser engraving machine. And so um, after that, we reinvested the profits into better equipment. We scaled up, and before we knew, the side hustle became a real business, bringing in an extra 20% to 50% income, sometimes even more than my day job. And for us, that's not just extra money, that's acceleration fuel. If this is getting you thinking about your own side hustle, do us a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel and let us know you want more contents like this. So, um, back to the topic. Now we know what some of you are thinking. Starting a business is risky, but we challenge that idea. What's actually riskier is relying on one paycheck for everything. So we built this the smart way together. We didn't quit our stable income. We didn't take big risks. We started small, tested things out, and reinvested as we went. Worst case, extra material sitting in the basement, sometimes odors here and there, but a lot of times those odors are coming from the wood itself, so not much of a problem. It is one thing that can be worked on, managed pretty well. Best case, a second engine for our financial life. So, how does this all connect? It comes down to rewriting the math. Our rule as a couple is simple. At least 50% of everything we make from the business and our personal income goes straight into the investments. We've been investing in Fortune 500 companies, especially in the tech industry, companies we believe will continue to grow long term. And at the same time, we invest in low cost index funds to stay diversified and consistent. And on top of that, we're earning dividends from multiple companies, creating another stream of income that keeps building over time. But things really changed when we started looking at what we already had. We bought our first home about 7 years ago and at a very low price. We were so lucky at that time. And then fast forward to today, and the value has more than doubled. That gave us something powerful, and that's the equity. Instead of letting that equity sit there, we made a decision together to use it strategically. We were able to borrow against the value of our home, unlocking the money to help us move to the next level. And that brings us to phase two. We're now combining income from our woodworking business, growth and dividends from our investments, and equity from our home to build passive income through an Airbnb. We're currently preparing a property for short term rental. Once it's up and running, it will generate income whether we're working or spending time as a family, which is pretty good. That's the shift we've been working toward. The business helps us earn more, the investments help our money grow, and the Airbnb is what will eventually replace our salary. That's our bridge to financial freedom. We started this journey at 38, feeling like we were already behind. But we realized the problem wasn't our age, it was the plan we were following. The traditional path just doesn't work if you start late. So we decided to build our own path together. Now we're creating multiple income streams, a stable job, a growing business, investments generating returns and dividends, and soon rental income. That's control. That's freedom. If you feel like you're late, let that go. It's not about when you start, it's about how fast you can move once you decide. Look at your skills, your hobbies, your assets. Ask yourself, could this be our accelerator? Because if we can turn a simple hobby and the home we already owned into a path toward early retirement, what can you build? So, thanks for watching. If this inspired you, hit subscribe and follow our journey, especially as we launch our Airbnb. Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear what ideas you and your family are thinking about. Let's go build our freedom together. See you in our next video. Ciao.